That smells
It smells pretty good, doesn't
interesting.
I think it smells good.
You know,
That's
my
wood.
entire apartment smells like marijuana.
Does it?
It's
Did
so
you have
bad.
a friend over?
I didn't have anyone over.
Or somebody.
It was not me either. It's bad though. Like, I got home from
probably
church
coming through
today.
your
I'm like, oh my gosh.
This is Outdoor Lore. Come outside with us as Andrew, Luke, and our family and friends go outside and create memories, stories, and traditions that will be passed down for generations. Welcome to Outdoor Lore.
Welcome to Outdoor Lore.
Outdoor Lore.
Hey, so real quick, we're just going to do a update to our hunting season, and we're going to have a short little conversation about that.
Absolutely.
It is October
27th.
Sunday, and we both spent a little bit of time in the woods. I think you actually spent more time than me.
I've spent not a ton, but more time than I ever have
Yeah.
in the woods.
And I've spent less time than I have in past years
Yeah,
in
I
the woods.
definitely got you beat right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably like 60 hours, 70 hours or something like that in
Okay.
the woods. Probably maybe a little more.
So, it's been really eye-opening to me, the difficulties of hunting with the big camera. It's dramatically harder than what I was doing last year with the GoPro and the phone.
Once you're in, it's not too terrible. Albeit, I haven't tried to posture myself to film a deer and shoot a deer at the same time.
Right.
So, the hardest thing for me is just getting things set up in a timely manner.
I think one of the things that we made a huge mistake on was we were super cheap with the camera arms.
Very cheap.
No, we had to be, but the camera arm that I got, I had to be. The camera arm that I got is absolutely terrible. Like, I may as well tie some sticks together and tape them to the tree.
And
it's terrible.
What's more is mine is somehow broken where it doesn't come apart. So I've got this like 4-foot long arm that's like flailing around as I'm trying to set it up because I can't just strap it to the tree and then push the top in.
Right.
It's the whole arm that I'm strapping. So I'm like holding one side, reaching my arm all the way around a tree to do a ratchet strap in the dark when I'm trying to be quiet, and then it's like.
Do you have it with you?
No, I do. It's in the car.
Let's work on it before you leave.
Okay.
So
it's bad.
I've had, I guess the coolest encounter that I had was filmed Friday.
Okay.
And you guys will see that on the channel, probably on our next deer episode. And I had 4 bucks come into a scrape, and the tree that I was in, I had the platform on the wrong side of the tree.
Classic.
It should have been on the other side. But when they come in, I had to turn and put my back to the tree with my rope now over my shoulder.
Yep.
And my camera's on my left arm, but my bow's on my right now. And I'm trying
you need to have your bow in your left and your camera on the right.
But because I was on the wrong side of the tree, I was like all twisted around. Nothing was right. So I ended up like making a quick determination. Okay, I'm not going to shoot any of these bucks.
You passed them.
No, you'll see it. Like it's not a buck I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
But so I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave the bow there. And if something changes, I'll try and figure it out.
Yeah.
And I went to get the camera. And as I moved the camera, I realized I hung my antlers, my rattling antlers.
On your camera.
Not on the camera, but on the camera
arm?
On the knob. I was like, okay. So as soon as I moved it, I heard them rattle. And I'm like, well, that's not good.
Good noise. Good news.
No, this is not good noise. I was like, there's no way that I can either move the camera, because if I let go of the camera arm, the whole camera's going to swing. Because the camera arm's crap. Yeah. So I was able to like get the rattling antlers off, and as I got them off, I'm like holding on to the camera, I get them off, and they rattle, and the buck's like, what? So I got really great video and crisp pictures of this deer looking straight up in the tree at me like, what are you doing up in the tree, buddy?
Yeah. Yesterday when I was in the tree, I picked what I thought was a great tree, and it was a good spot, but it went up, and then where I was hanging, it like curved like that out and away from me. And when I set my camera arm up, I realized it was crooked, but I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. I can like adjust the camera so that it's level. So the arm is like sort of like that.
Yeah.
And then I put the camera on it, and the whole thing just like swivels in. I'm like, gosh, dang it, because it was on a slope.
Well,
So
how many times?
I had to completely redo it.
Yeah. How many times did we completely redo it when we hunted together?
Like 4.
Yeah, like we are taking the camera off and rehanging it, and taking the camera off and rehanging it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So next year I'm gonna get a much nicer camera arm.
Yeah. I don't know how much better they're going to be.
I don't know.
kind of think we just need to hunt together if we're going to have really good footage and hold it.
Well, the other thing maybe we need to think about is maybe we need to think about bringing Parker up in the tree and just letting him freeze to death while he's hunting.
I
Or while
don't
we're
know
hunting.
how much you'd be into that. It doesn't sound like the most
Parker,
fun.
hopefully you're into that. Surprise!
Yeah, I feel like he's going to say no. He's definitely going to say no.
Yeah. So I think one good thing is it's been warm. Nothing's really been perfect for killing bucks this year. And the good part about that is we've had almost a month now of trial and error and making mistakes with these cameras to try and figure it out. And I'm getting to the point now where I'm like really consciously picking, okay, that tree has a separate branch where I can hang my camera.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really dial that in.
Yeah.
And I think what a nightmare it would be if the first time we went out and tried to hang this stuff up was like November 7th.
That would be bad.
Prime time, and we're hanging it up, and our camera arms are swinging in the wind, and we're trying to turn and twist, and our platforms are falling. So, falling.
Oh, falling. Game warden.
You want to talk about game warden first?
Let's talk about your falling event first.
So, last week, I hunted on a Tuesday, and I hunted in my favorite tree to hunt in. It's a great tree. We cut shooting lanes for it. You saw it on the video with bush hogging. Yep. You saw some of that footage. It's a great tree, and I saw it 17 or 19
Better for muzzleloader. They weren't coming in close enough.
Yeah, it's a hard tree to bow hunt. And I really should have treated it more like an observational sit. But saw a bunch of deer. Well, while I was up there, I left my rattling antlers hanging in the tree. So that was on Tuesday, and I had Dad check on Saturday, and sure enough, they were up there because I couldn't find them.
We hunted Saturday together.
Yeah, without my antlers.
Yep.
So Sunday, I go back out with Becca and the girls, and they're sitting in the truck while I'm climbing the tree. I had my lineman's rope on, and I'm climbing up, but I'm going too fast.
So you drove all the way out there with the truck? Oh, wow, okay.
Trying to do like minimal impact by driving instead of walking. And I'm 3 sticks up.
Okay. So like
15 feet.
15 feet?
Yeah.
About.
And my antlers are up to the right, and I'm standing on the top step of my second stick, and I'm holding on to my third stick.
Yep.
And I'm trying to reach up there and grab them, but I put all my weight on the top right leg of my second stick.
Yep.
And as I'm reaching up there trying to get it, the whole stick kicks out.
Nice.
And I fall from here to here, which, I mean, it's only, 2 feet, but...
It could have been a lot worse. Did you catch yourself?
I feel like I was in a car crash.
Really? So, this is why you were sore the other day.
So I scraped up my leg.
I haven't said anything, but you've seemed grouchy the last few days. I don't know if it's just because you're sore, but you seem grouchy.
I don't know. I don't bruise. I got like whale skin.
Okay.
But I've got a bruise right here.
Blubber.
I don't have blubber. I've got like thick whale skin. I got a big bruise here that you can barely see.
Okay.
My arm, we'll put a picture of my arm up.
Okay.
I had a big bruise on my arm. For me, it's a big bruise. Like I just don't bruise.
I don't either.
I was lucky.
So did you catch yourself, or the lineman rope catch you?
Yes, both.
Okay.
If it was just my hands, I would have fallen.
Okay.
If it was just the lineman's rope, I would have rode it down, or impaled myself.
So sketchy.
So
that's the thing I'm most afraid of while climbing the tree is it kicking out and either getting impaled by the stick or like bashing my teeth in on the stick.
Yeah.
It's like both of those are really feasible.
Right. So I think the lineman's rope. I mean, what is it with the planes and the helicopters?
How dare they? He's just living his life.
I think the lineman's rope. The thing about it is, it's going to keep you from dying.
That's the goal.
It's not going to keep you from hurting.
Right.
So you saw at the end of last week's episode, I said wear your lineman's rope, and that's why. You just got to be wearing it.
Yeah.
At least until everything's set. Yeah. Now, I'm guilty of when everything's set and I know it's stable, I will climb down. Like you saw me make a scrape. I'll climb down, I'll make the scrape or whatever, and I'll climb back up.
I'm not that bold yet. I'm getting more comfortable. I'm not that bold.
That's at the point where I'm like climbing straight up the sticks. I'm not leaning over the sticks. I'm not doing anything crazy.
You're climbing a ladder.
And before I get on my platform, I'm hooking into my
Right.
bridge.
That's
So
good. Yeah. That's good.
it's not safe, but what is safe? So
Well,
yeah, wear your lineman's rope.
True.
Tell us about your game warden.
All right. So opening day, right off the rip, I'm out on the piece of property I'm hunting by myself. Nobody else is out there. And I'm walking out. It's probably 7:30, 7:45 because first time out, I'm a little slow getting down. I was pretty deep into the piece of property. So I got like a little bit under a mile walk out of the property, all through woods. There's nothing out there. And I'm thinking to myself, man, it would be kind of creepy if I like bumped into somebody out here. I hope nobody's out here. Just like walking through the woods thoughts of, it's a little scary. So I'm walking out, and then sure enough, there's a flashlight, and I'm like, oh gosh, dang it, who am I gonna have to deal with?
Are you at your car at this point?
I'm like 200 yards from my car.
Okay.
So I can like almost see my car. And then I hear, game warden. I'm like, let's go. It's not some random person, which is the opposite reaction most people have.
Well, you're
when
not
they
doing
see-
anything wrong.
I'm nothing wrong at
Yeah,
all.
You got your
But
license. Everything's good.
Everything was good. So I walk out, and it's a piece of property that Luke knows the owners of, and he's gotten us access to. So, but what we knew but didn't really consider is that some other folks have permission to hunt there. So I got the phone call in of, hey, there's this random new car and a new lock on this piece of property. Somebody's out there. So he was waiting at my car.
So nothing illegal, but I really should have just made sure that we communicated a little bit better.
Exactly. So we went and we got written permission. But weird thing is, I had struggled buying my hunting license this year, and I guess there's like 2 of me in the system, and apparently when I was like 11 or 12, Dad keyed in my birth date wrong. So like when he pulled my name from my license plate, he couldn't find. The game warden was like, it could happen at Walmart with like a associate typing it in wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
When he typed in my license plate to pull up who was who, he couldn't find me. He was like, this person has hunted before, but he hasn't hunted since 2013 or 2014 or whatever it was.
Yeah. So,
So
when
he-
you're 16.
So he was like, I need to see your license. Okay, here you go. Showed him my phone. He's like,
Everything good,
oh,
yeah.
you're all good.
Yeah.
We had to call the property owner, make sure that I had permission out there.
Right.
She was gracious enough to answer the phone at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night or whatever it
Right.
was at that point in
Well,
time.
So, the property owner that we were hunting
Yeah,
on their
salted
property is
the
just great.
Yeah,
So,
so great.
um,
So that was an interesting one where I'm glad it wasn't
Yeah.
some random person.
and then out of that,
he was
like,
a great guy.
I think we've done a pretty good job of, like, we went into an awkward situation with these other hunters around the property,
Yeah.
and really just trying to make sure that, like, we're deferring to them. They've been hunting there longer.
They
Yeah.
are in the best spots, though. I tell you what, I need to take a day off and get
Yeah.
out there. What?
Well, I mean, right from our first conversation
I've only
with them,
met-
we were like, we're going to defer to you guys on where you are.
They've been super cool.
Yeah.
One of them I've texted back with because he's out there more than the other.
Yeah.
And I've met him a few times. Great guy. Just had a baby today, so
Oh, nice.
good for him. Happy for him.
Congratulations.
So easy to work with, all good.
Yeah.
A lot of deer out there, though.
Yeah.
It's a hard property to hunt. Like I was saying before, in the preview of this, it's so hard to get into where the deer are without disrupting everything.
Right.
Because it's a combination of old growth and new growth, and you have to go through all the new growth, which is super loud, to
Yeah.
get to where the deer are hanging out. So
You figured it out.
little by little, I'm figuring out routes to things that I
Right.
didn't know beforehand, which
Good.
is good. So,
And we've seen some bucks, but we haven't
Yep.
seen one. I haven't seen one yet that I want to shoot. I haven't had one
I would have
within
shot.
range that I want
I would
to
have
shoot.
shot the one that I had at 18 yards that
Yeah.
saw me. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I know which one it was. It wasn't as big as I thought it was originally.
Yeah.
But a
But-
lot of pictures.
What we are seeing is on the cameras, like, new bucks are showing up.
Yeah.
Bucks of consequence are showing up, and we're both hunting properties that we should be after some serious deer here
Yeah.
shortly.
Yeah.
And the good thing in Virginia, good thing for us, but I don't know if it's a good thing overall. Muzzleloader opens next Saturday. It's a
Buy my muzzle.
muzzleloader is always the first Saturday in November, and you gotta buy your muzzleloader stuff. Muzzleloader is always the first Saturday in November, and it's the second this year, which means it's early, and there's gonna be a lot of deer killed in the next couple weeks.
We got to get it on film.
A lot of deer killed in the next couple weeks. Not just by us.
I'm so tired of putting out boring episodes that have...
Oh, I don't think they're boring. I think that...
I'm not sure I would have watched any of our own episodes
Well,
if I was just a regular
listen,
person.
do you... We're...
That's brutal, but it's true. I maybe we would have watched the second one. There was a little action in there.
Listen, so I would say that what we're putting out is hunting content, right?
It is.
We're not putting out killing content.
This is true.
If you want killing content, there's 100 different
This is true.
things on YouTube where you can go watch guys in a box blind in Iowa shoot deer that were released.
I think it will...
No, that's not what we're doing.
You're right. And I think the more... If we're not having success harvesting, the more we can parlay our own interactions together into it, because it really is, hey, Luke and Andrew are hunting. This is the experience of hunting.
Right.
Versus just me being disgruntled in a tree after sitting in 85-degree weather for 14 hours.
Well, the other thing that you've seen in the last... We've done 2, right? Or 3? We've done 3?
I think we've done 3.
But the other thing you've seen in the last 2 is a lot of deer footage.
Yeah, mostly from you.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting good footage of deer.
Yeah.
We got some good footage of some bucks coming out.
Yep.
And it's getting to that time.
It'll probably be next week.
We know, you know what you've got in Virginia in the first month, where, yeah, there's bucks out there, but it's so warm, it's really hard.
Yesterday, nothing was moving. And I texted you this, but it was warm. It was probably 70 degrees yesterday. And the wind was swirling like crazy. I swear the trees dropped 60% of their leaves yesterday. It was raining leaves.
Yes.
I've got some cool footage of that.
Yeah.
But 5:30 rolls around, the wind dies down a little bit, the temperature's coming down. I've got a deer like 50, 60 yards in front of me, a deer right behind me, 2 gunshots go off. First one they perk up, second one they take off. And I'm like, I never even saw them, I just knew they were there. And there was no way they winded me, no way they saw me.
But those are deer you see during muzzleloader because the leaves are off the trees.
True. Well, they're working on it quickly.
So we're excited for the rest of the season.
Yep.
We've got a lot of good content coming for you.
Yep.
And we're pretty confident that we're going to get some cool footage of deer, even if we don't kill some deer. So,
we're going to kill some deer.
Well, we're definitely going to kill deer. It's whether we shoot a big buck or not, don't know. That's not why we're out there hunting them.
Yeah.
It is a big part of it, but it's not the reason.
I'm really excited to butcher the deer and make that video. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.
Yep.
Just a little update, short one,
Quick hitter.
of what we've seen so far this deer season, what we've learned.
Yep.
And we've got some things that we're going to really work on improving, but we're making progress here.
It's eating
And
up.
we're having fun. Well, hopefully you're having fun following along and watching.
Darn tootin'. Thanks for watching.